We've been working in over 50 emergency settings for more than 20 years. Currently, we have established 10 country offices around the world, Dominica being one of the largest. Our work in Israel not only focuses on emergency response, but also on the empowerment of local communities and national systems to assist them in the recovery phase towards the common goal of building a more resilient future. We first arrived in Dominica after Hurricane Maria to provide emergency support in the sectors of housing, reconstruction, distribution of non-food items, protection, education, and livelihoods. Our work first focused on providing affected communities with the basic needs and support. However, after the first year, we understood that to truly support Dominica on your journey to recovery, no longer needed to continue. We at Israel took the decision to commit to a 5-year plan to continue our work with key partners and stakeholders towards building the world's first climate resilient future. When we think of resilience, many different meanings can come to our minds, but we can define it as the capacity to withstand adversity and bounce back and grow despite of life's downturns. But resilience is not like a trampoline, where you're down at one time and up at the next. It's more like climbing a mountain without a treasure. It takes time, strength, and help from people around you, and you'll likely experience setbacks along the way. But eventually, you will reach the top, look back, and see how far you've come. Last year, the arrival of the COVID-19 global pandemic directed all of us towards being resilient. It changed the way we live, do business, communicate with one another, learn and access information, move around, and maintain our well-being. It pushed us to adapt, be creative, and innovative. Because while the curfew limited our physical connection, it also encouraged us to strengthen the digital connections. Digital technologies played a crucial role in keeping society functioning during the pandemic, whether by enabling remote working, automating processes, or facilitating contactless transactions. The increased use of digital technologies also brought society closer to developing a smart and diversified economy, which promises new ways for businesses to grow and be more productive. We have since been working closely with the Ministry of Public Works and Digital Economy and the UNDP to explore ways of maximizing Dominica's unique profile within the digital economy sector. Our top priority was to strengthen the digital economy and create a program that could help Dominica respond better to the requirements of the growing digital work. It was as a result of this partnership and dialogue that we were able to develop and pilot the concept for Work Online Dominica. Work Online Dominica was conceived as an opportunity to show the world Dominica's talent, knowledge, skills, and capacities, because it's now possible to work for the company of your dreams without the need to relocate. The pilot was very successful. 60 participants engaged in the trainings for understanding better their professional profiles and adapting them to the digital labor market. By the end of the pilot, 38 participants were able to get at least one online job. But this number continues growing, because even 6 months after the implementation of that first pilot, we continue receiving messages sharing news stories of more people landing into more job opportunities. Working remotely allows people to have more options to access sustainable and diversified livelihoods, and this is particularly relevant if we want to strengthen resilience, if we want to be capable of responding to different hazards, if we want to work towards the country's economic recovery. Today, we want to invite the youth to take advantage of the opportunities that are being offered to you. This is a chance to work on defining your personal brand and understanding who you are and how you want to be known, because you are your first business. That's why we are thrilled to partner again to launch a second cohort for Work Online Dominica. We want to thank the government of Dominica, and more specifically the Ministry of Public Works and Digital Economy, the UNDP, and the Dominican State College. We believe that this opportunity can change people's lives, as working remotely is not just an option during the global pandemic, it's an alternative that can and is part of the future of Dominica's economy. Thank you very much.
So we now welcome Mr. Hugo, the representative of UNDP in Barbados, who's going to be speaking to us from Barbados online. There's always a slight delay, so please bear with us.
On our side today. Let me know if I should proceed.
You could advise him to proceed.
Honorable Denis Charles, Minister of Tourism, International Transport and Maritime Initiatives, Honorable Senator Sani Laville, and Minister of Public Works and Digital Economy. Also Honorable Addis King, Minister of Youth Development and Empowerment, Youth at Risk, Gender Affairs, Senior Security, and Dominicans with Disabilities, Chair, Mr. Robert Tong, Coordinator of Digital Economy, Ms. Nicole King, Country Director of Israel, Dominica, and representative from the government and the Dominica State College. It is really a pleasure for me to represent UNDP, the United Nations Development Program, here today. I convey my gratitude for the opportunity to join you in the launch of the second cohort of the Work Online Dominica, an initiative that has been so far benefiting 60 young and entrepreneurial Dominicans that are spearheading the path towards building the necessary digital skills envisioned by the government digital transformation and resilience building agenda, a pioneer initiative in the region, I must say. Last year, we launched this program in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. Today, despite Dominica's success in containing the virus, the subsequent rollout of massive vaccination campaign, we understand that the consequences of the pandemic will remain with us much longer, and we need to adapt, we need to learn, and we need to build forward better. Caribbean countries are among the most impacted by COVID-19 because of our high dependence on the service sector. And this is affecting women disproportionately. We have to be very aware of the different impacts this pandemic, this crisis is having in the different groups. There is no denying that the impact of the pandemic has been devastating. The UNDP offer of support in the small island developing states or the big ocean states as we see them, targets multipliers of sustainable development, such as digital transformation, to support seeds in recovering promptly while accelerating sustainable development and ensuring that no one and no island is left behind. We know the coronavirus does not discriminate, but the pandemic is hitting most vulnerable people hardest. Therefore, addressing these challenges and making continued investments to reduce economic and societal vulnerabilities in the face of COVID is critical to build forward better. One positive externality of the pandemic has been the rapid shift towards digital technologies. Some estimate that COVID-19 has advanced the digital transformation by a decade in a single year, putting government and business services online and connecting people virtually like never before, like this Zoom call, for instance. We are now all very used to Teams and Zoom calls working from home, which before was almost a challenge. We are experiencing a paradigm shift in the way we work, creating opportunities to maximize the creative economy, stimulating lucrative remote work markets, both for attracting digital nomads and for Dominicans to tap into international work opportunities without leaving home. This goes both ways. Inclusive digital transformation is key to building forward better for the pandemic and the evolution towards a more sustainable, effective economy and society that is resilient to the future shocks, whatever they may be. We are used to talk about vulnerability to climate change, but also to external shocks, to economic crisis, and now to pandemics. Under your leadership, with the active involvement of the Prime Minister, the government of Dominica has clearly recognized the importance of digital transformation as a primary objective in and of itself, and as a key catalyst for the acceleration of sustainable development goals and Dominica's commitment to become the first climate resilient country in the world. We have been honored that you have entrusted UNDP and all the partners to collaborate with you in this journey. Dominica was the first country in the world to pilot UNDP's new digital readiness assessment tool, developed to assist governments with taking stock on their digital transformation pathway and to identify priorities and gaps across the government, business ecosystems, infrastructure, the regulatory environment, and human capacity. This collaboration has been recognized at the highest level of UNDP. Let me repeat this. The collaboration of Dominica has been recognized at global level by UNDP when Dominica was featured at the UNDP Executive Board in New York in February this year as the leader for its commitment for digital transformation. I would like to thank you, Mr. Laville, once again for appearing in this message and continuing to champion this agenda. Building upon the UNDP Readiness Assessment, we are now ready to collaborate to develop a national digital transformation strategy. The strategy will be a key enabler, building resilience in the economy and creating jobs, supporting the innovation ecosystems and delivering better public services in Dominica. We are reaching out to stakeholders and to public to ensure that priorities and concerns are reflected in this vision for the digital future of Dominica. Also currently underway in the framework of our collaboration around economic recovery, UNDP is working with the Ministry of Tourism in the Futurism Initiative, the Future of Tourism, aimed at rethinking tourism and strengthening the digital skills of micro, small, and medium enterprises. Let me finish by saying that Dominica Work Online program has been an important piece of this vision, a key piece of this vision, I must say, with around 33% of the jobs linked to tourism and 58% of the people reporting job losses or reduced income during the pandemic. Urgent action is needed to rebuild livelihoods and diversify the economy. Work Online Dominica provides an alternative pathways of income generation and both leverages and builds the skills of unemployed and underemployed people, many whom may have left the workforce due to the care requirements such as homeschooling or options. Digital technologies can play a crucial role in helping countries to achieve the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, and in particular in ensuring that no one is left behind. But deliberate actions such as this program are needed to avoid deepening of the digital divide and to ensure that everyone can reap the benefits of technology. We at UNDP want to be part of this effort. We are pleased to be part of this effort and aim to be an effective instrument and partner to support Dominica in this pursuit. I would like to finalize by thanking and recognizing the leadership of the Ministry of Public Works and Digital Transformation in spearheading this initiative and the fabulous team at Israel for the tremendous work in coordinating the implementation of the online jobs Dominica. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Hugo, for your kind words. I'm happy to know that he stated that Dominica ranks as one of the top countries who are moving forward very quickly in the right direction. I really want to thank all of the stakeholders who have come together to help us to make this a possibility, to UNDP and to Israel and all the persons who are working in the background. I now invite to the podium Honorable Dr. Addis King to give us some of her remarks.
Honorable Dennis Charles, Minister for Tourism, International Transport and Maritime Initiatives, and representative of the Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Reginald Austri, Senior Minister and Minister for Housing and Urban Development, Senator the Honorable Cassani Laville, Minister for Public Works and the Digital Economy, other honorable members of Cabinet and the Parliament, Ms. Karen Privo, Acting Secretary to the Cabinet, Mr. Roland Royer, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Public Works and the Digital Economy, other Permanent Secretaries, Mr. Hugo Blanco, UNDP Deputy Resident Representative for Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean, Ms. Nicole King, Country Director of Israel Dominica, Mr. Robert Tong, Coordinator, Digital Economy, other invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good morning to you all. Opportunities always favor those who are knowledgeable and prepared. Knowing that you, the youth of today, are our future leaders, employers, employees, businessmen and women, mothers and fathers, surely keeps hope alive. Indeed, my government is with you every step of the way. This Labour Party administration ensures you that we will continue to provide the tools required to excel at whatever you plan to undertake. My government is determined to create a better life for you, your families, and the Dominican society. In doing so, we must create a solid foundation that is resilient to shocks. Critical to this is our communication infrastructure that can withstand the test of time and the major effects brought about by natural disasters. We do pray that this hurricane season will cause no damage to property or the loss of lives. We pray that the season will only provide the rain that is much needed by our farmers for the successful production of their crops, providing food security for all Dominicans and our neighbors in the region for our vibrant export trade. Let me tell you that our government has built a robust communication network that connects all government institutions with the state-of-the-art fiber networks located underground and above ground. In the event that these fail, we have microwave dishes to ensure connectivity after a storm. The pinnacle of redundancy efforts is our satellite communication. This satellite communication ensures solid communications services after natural disasters. With this in place, Government has placed emphasis on the training and education of all stakeholders in the public and private sector and to include other individuals. As the Minister responsible for youth development and empowerment, I appeal to you to stay informed and embrace the various training opportunities that will be available to you as we transform into a digitalized economy. I am particularly intrigued by the following components of the Digital Transformation Project. This is the digital skills development, which entails financing of a national level program for digital skills development with linkages to a regional program for advanced skills development. Activities will also include matchmaking with the domestic private sector to facilitate the development of a skills-to-job pipeline. There will be dedicated programming designed to attract and support our women to target the gender gap in digital skills development. Clearly, your government is committed to you, the youth, and in ensuring that we provide you with the knowledge and skills to earn an income, allowing you to support yourself and your family. The digital economy does not only allow one to earn an income locally, it allows for providing services all over the world. I want to publicly thank the UNDP and Israel for partnering with the government of Dominica to host another Work Online Dominica, cohort 2, as this project is directly aligned with the government's vision. The goal of this initiative is to teach you over the course of 12 weeks on how to get started working online, find new sources of income, and increase financial stability. The Work Online Dominica platform was created to guide you, the youth, and to train participants on the roadmap for accessing an alternative pathway of generating income online by leveraging and building your skills. Be mindful that we are creating this digital economy for your benefits as intelligent, aspiring young Dominicans. I look forward to another successful program. I want to encourage all of you listening to register and participate in this wonderful and life-changing program. Take advantage of it. Make meaningful decisions from within its platforms. Make it mean something to you and your economic well-being. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Addis King. At this point, we would like to welcome Ms. Emily Roll to do a testimonial. She is one of the very successful participants in the first Work Online program. Let's welcome her to the podium.
Good morning. Protocol has already been established. I'm Emily. It was Eric Hoffer, a philosopher in the early 90s, that said, in a time of drastic change, it is the learners who inherit the future. The learned usually find themselves equipped to live in a world that no longer exists. This was said 100 years early, but for us that statement rings true today. In a world of ever-changing technology, the era of smart everything, smart watches, smart TVs, smart fridges, and constant upgrades with phones and computers being enhanced year by year and month by month. Now is the time that the skill sets of the future should adapt to the technology of today. One of those technologies that is being enhanced and made future-proof even as we speak is that of the global job market, where companies are perfecting the art of connecting businesses with freelancers, independent talents, and agencies all around the globe. In this era of smart everythings, you need a smart skill too. Therefore, the most future-proof skill you can get is that of learning the ability to tap into these markets and present your skill sets with poised, ready to take advantage of the many financial opportunities that these markets can provide. Work Online Dominica is presenting you the masterclass of how to get started working online, making available 12 comprehensive training modules, weekly grouping sessions, exclusive community of like-minded individuals, access to free skills training to help you build new skills or strengthen those you already have, and one-on-one coaching to tackle your personal challenges and to polish your application. Let me tell you, you cannot get that level of value anywhere else. And let us not even start to talk about the digital skills specialist, Dr. Marie Afani and Dr. Clementine Afani. These ladies are amazing. These trainers are truly experts when it comes to working online as freelancers and remote workers. Their expertise is unmatched, the best on the island. Together, they bring to the table over 15 hours of working online experience, have completed over 400 successful projects, and worked with over 200 companies. And every Work Online participant is privy to their expertise and the wealth of knowledge that they freely pour into every participant. Because of their involvement, the time it takes you to get a job online is cut down significantly. I tell you, you can't get this level of value anywhere else. I was privileged to sit at their feet for 12 weeks, where I learned and mastered the art of presenting myself online, as if I was doing this for years. I've always dreamt of working online, with the flexibility of choosing my working hours, being in the comfort of my own home, and to add to it a good wage. And that is what I've found. I'm currently employed with a US company, Prestige Labs, for over 10 months. Where being a contractor, they have made me feel like family. My hard work and dedication to Prestige Labs prompted the manager to make a decision to hire 3 other Dominicans. Which was a huge milestone in my book. And they went a step further by allowing me to train my fellow Dominicans. I proudly wear the company t-shirt today. By working online, it takes discipline. You have to be self-motivated, and of course, you have to be confident to sell yourself. I'm a mother and a wife, but I balance my work life and family life, so no aspect of my time is lacking because of my time management. The road may not be easy at first. You may apply for jobs and get rejected. The wages may be low, but you do the grunt work to build your portfolio, and eventually you get to the point where you can negotiate your rate. Now, this experience that I had, though unique to me, is something that resonates with every Work Online Dominica participant of the first cohort. And I have no doubt that this coming up cohort will experience even better opportunities. And let us not be like those, like Eric Huffner said, that is equipped to live in a world that no longer exists. The world is moving to a global job market, and there are opportunities available right now that all of us can take advantage of. So what are you waiting for? Take advantage of this opportunity and be future-proof today. Thank you again to the government of Dominica, Israel Aid, UNDP, and I'm happy to see that the Dominica State College has joined us on this journey. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Emily. I could not have said it any better. I think your testimonial clearly shows that there's always opportunity, and one must be prepared. And you said all the right things, that nothing good in life comes easy. You have to put in the work to get the results that you're trying to achieve. So again, I'm really happy that the government of Dominica, UNDP, Israel Aid have come together to move and help to move Dominica forward, which is all part and parcel of the vision of the Honorable Prime Minister of Dominica. At this juncture, I would like to welcome the Honorable Janice Charles, who is representing the Honorable Prime Minister.
Honorable Reginald Austri, Senior Minister and Minister for Housing and Urban Development. Senator the Honorable Kasani Laville, Minister for Public Works and Digital Economy. Honorable Addis King, Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment, Youth at Risk, Gender Affairs, Senior Security, and Dominicans with Disabilities. Honorable Members of Cabinet, Ms. Karen Privo, Acting Secretary to the Cabinet, Mr. Roland Roy, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Public Works and the Digital Economy, Ms. Lisa Valmont, PS Tourism, and other Permanent Secretaries. Mr. Hugo Blanco, UNDP Deputy Resident Representative for Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean. Ms. Nicole King, Country Director, Israel Aid Dominica. Mr. Robert Tong, Coordinator, Digital Economy. Other invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First, let me apologize on behalf of the Honorable Prime Minister, who would certainly had loved to be there, but had another pressing matter. Imagine having a conversation 40 years ago about working online. The conversation would most likely have gone like this. Is it a mapping line, Domlec, a clothesline, or why am I standing in line? But here we are, after a successful launch of our pilot online program, in which 55 young people graduated, ready for cohort 2. I want to herald the Ministry of Digital Economy, UNDP, and Israel Aid for presenting this excellent opportunity to our youth. I also salute my colleague, Honorable Laville, for his commitment in leading the digital transformation of our economy. A major pillar of Dominica Labour Party manifesto, Dynamic Dominica. We live in a world where digital technology drives all activities, the way we live, conduct transactions, research, access goods and services, socialize, and relax. Importantly, and as Work Online Dominica reinforces, technology is a key component for increasing our productivity, efficiency, and competitiveness in the global arena, and allowing for a better work-home-life balance, as to the testimony of Mrs. Rowe. So in order to keep abreast, we must continue to embrace technology as the basis for an evolved and modern country and economy. How do we do this? Mindsets have to change. The tremendous impact of COVID-19 has been felt worldwide, and even more so on the economies of small island developing states. For islands like Dominica, which are heavily dependent on tourism and trade, the recovery process is predicted to be prolonged. However, even as we strategize our way out and through the pandemic, the need for online work remains evident. The pandemic has therefore reinforced the need for training individuals with all levels of skills to be able to thrive and respond to working online. In fact, all the household names that we know, Amazon, TikTok, WebEx, Zoom, Skype, have increased their remote workforce, transitioned to working remotely, and created new remote work positions to respond to the new normal created by the pandemic. So, we too must position ourselves to provide income-generating opportunities to our citizens who are currently facing financial difficulties in the wake of this pandemic. So imagine a participant, after successfully completing this training, landing a great job at Amazon while still enjoying the tranquility of working in nature from the comfort of their home. Or imagine one being a teacher and still be able to make extra income in the evenings by working a few days a week online while in pajamas. The opportunities are endless. I must say, though, that the pandemic has forced us to further embrace technology. We saw quite a few businesses transition to offering an online shopping experience to customers during the periods of the curfew, We saw businesses transition their employees to work from home. We saw schools quickly transition to online learning platforms. So the objective and timing of Work Online Dominica has created the ideal environment for setting the foundation for innovation and e-commerce. This program, as well as our recently launched 20 million US or 75 million EC dollars investment in digitally transforming key sectors in our economy, supports the government's mission in pivoting the Commonwealth of Dominica into the most digitally advanced society in the English-speaking Caribbean and to be at the forefront of the global knowledge economy. This aim certainly complements our thrust in the tourism sector, as a new normal has caused a new need to move to touchless, paperless, and contactless transactions. Stakeholders in the tourism sector have had to reinvent themselves in order to reposition Dominica as a digital and modern destination. Increasingly, visitors need access to goods and services which are available online. So more training will be provided to enable our stakeholders to obtain the requisite skills to sustain their businesses. Vendors must retool into having an online presence so that customers can buy and ship online. Tour guides and taxis must present their packages attractively online. And our digital marketing must remain captivating and relevant. We now have a global online marketplace at our fingertips, and we have to take full advantage of that. We have to put our amazing Dominican-made products out. In March, we partnered with the UNDP to launch Future Tourism Project, another timely program which aims to provide technical support towards digitization of MSMEs to allow expanded access to regional and international markets without having to travel to meet buyers. I recently had a meeting with a few young entrepreneurs, Tres Cheek Creations, Cameron Leather Sandals, and Bella Noir Fashion, talented Dominicans whose products I believe deserve to be showcased at any Saks Fifth Avenue or Nordstrom store, and certainly have their own online stores. Further, one of the targeted groups as part of our recently launched Small Business Grant Program is entrepreneurs involved in app and software development to improve our quality of life and facilitate essential functions and services just by a touch or a click. So, in a world where your laptop is your office and your website is your business front door, the success of Work Online Dominica will set Dominica on a successful path towards first-class status in the global digital society and economy. The onus is now on us as a people to focus on our growth. Your government is making the right investments in healthcare, education, tourism, agriculture, and the digital economy. This is yet another action of the government to create exciting opportunities for our young people. Young people, therefore, need to join with the government in a positive way to ensure that advantage is taken of these opportunities. Remember, despite our best efforts, if mindsets don't change, if we cut our nose to spite our face, if we allow divisive politics and condone unpatriotic actions and utterances, if we only see the glass half empty, if we aren't intentional about buying our local products and services, if we don't share and like campaigns promoting our destination as the best place to live and work, if we don't embrace technology and the new emerging opportunities from the sector, simply put, if we don't put Dominica first, we may feel like the promised land is miles away when it is right at our feet. And as the Prime Minister always quotes, let's not be like the foolish virgins in this season. Stay woke, as the youth say. My fellow participants, I can assure you that this Dominica Labour Party administration will continue to do its best to build a resilient nation. My advice to you is to remain positive, be the best version of yourself, and relentlessly pursue your goals. I would once again like to thank Israel and UNDP, Hugo Blanco and his team, and express our profound gratitude for their support and partnership in many critical initiatives for the development of Dominica. All the best to Work Online Dominica program. I look forward to seeing the successful applicants make their mark in the future of digital Dominica. May God continue to bless our dynamic country.
Thank you very much, Honorable Charles, for your kind words. Never be the one who says, how did this happen? You need to be the one who knows how it happened, or even better, you should be one of the people who actually made it happen. Technology is here to stay, changes have been made, and Dominica is moving forward. We have companies here like CheckWe, which is a digital platform that allows even our local persons who've been trained to list their services. You have companies like Quick, but the online deliveries, just like you're seeing in the US. You have ShopDM, which is also similar for all our products. And another important and game changer is going to be the digital wallets, where you can put money on your phone and pay any of your vendors for a very small amount. Before, many of the vendors could not afford to do that because the cost of a transaction was about 4%. So obviously, it prevented them from doing that type of business. With the mobile wallets, a transaction is going to maybe cost 60 cents. And the Credit Union League is about to launch that program. It is important for you to be educated. It's important for you to sign up because it means the speed of doing transactions are going to change completely. And even the vendor on the bayfront will now be able to use that to do transactions. A bus driver could technically accept payments that way. You have a QR code, you scan the QR code, you pay the person immediately. Once money moves around faster, everyone is a lot happier. So at this point, I want to consider all of you as our champions, our mini champions to move digital transformation and technology forward. But I'd like to invite our major champion, Senator Honorable Kesani Laville, Minister of Public Works and Digital Economy, to give his closing remarks.
Thank you. Honorable Denise Charles, Minister for Tourism, International Transport and Maritime Initiatives, and representative of the Honorable Prime Minister. Honorable Reginald Ostry, Senior Minister and Minister for Housing and Urban Development. Honorable Dr. Addis King, Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment, Youth at Risk, Gender Affairs, Senior Security, and Dominicans with Disabilities. Other honorable members of Cabinet and fellow parliamentary colleagues, Ms. Karen Prevost, Acting Secretary to the Cabinet, Mr. Roland Roy, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Public Works and Digital Economy, PS Lisa Valmore, Ministry of Tourism, other Permanent Secretaries, Mr. Hugo Blanco, UNDP Deputy Resident Representative for Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean, Mr. Luis Francisco Thais, UNDP Rep, Head of Dominica, Ms. Nicole King, Country Director, Israel, Dominica, Mr. Robert Tong, Coordinator, Digital Economy, representatives from the Dominica State College, Mrs. Emily Rule, what an amazing testimonial, other invited guests, members of the media, listeners, and viewers on various platforms, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all of you, and welcome. Basically, I'm asked to do the closing remarks, and my job is very easy right now because everything has been said. So I wish to say thank you and have a wonderful day. But I was told it's not supposed to be that easy. I started off by saying good morning to all of you, and I really mean that. I greet you with these words, good morning, because today is indeed a good day, and this morning is really a great morning. So praise God for that. For this morning is yet another morning along a journey where we acknowledge our realities, that we have many odds against us, geopolitical, economic, environmental, among many others. But amidst all the odds and all the challenges on this journey, we hope for success, for growth, for transformation. And this transformation is really the bliss that motivates all of us. And our job as a government is to ensure that we find the right path, the right avenues for this journey of sustainable development. As a small nation, merely 0.0009% of the 7.9 billion people in this world, we accept that our population is small, we accept that our army is minuscule, but this is fine. This is fine because in the history of humanity, particularly with ancient civilizations, we know that wars and battles of long ago used to be drawn out. Say, for example, if we go back to 7/11, and not 7/11, the mini-mart, but the year 7/11, and we think of the battle, the Reconquista, a religious war fought between the Muslims and the Christians. This lasted for around 800 years. And much later on in our history, in about 1991, we had the war in the Gulf. And this was 1 month, 1 week, and 4 days. You hear the stark difference. So I say this to say, I'm not necessarily a proponent of war, or it's not that I'm necessarily a student of history, but it's really to present an analogy to show you how radically that times have changed. Times have changed, and technology greatly influences our realities, our outcomes, and technology seriously drives growth. Globalization is at our doorsteps, and in order to journey in this new age, in order to journey in this new reality, we must adapt and we must be innovative. And this government stands fully ready. In the year and a half since we have formed the Ministry of Digital Economy, we have continued to show over and over again that we have been taking the lead as a government to adapt and to conform to the new age and to foster and drive innovation. While we embrace our history, we fight a war on antiquity. So we need you. Particularly, we need the youth to be the soldiers of change, the alliance of a new day, where we capitalize on offerings and opportunities, like Mrs. Rule said, to inherit the future. We need you, the youth, to accept that while we don't have Fortune 500 companies in Dominica, we don't have these companies based here, but we have access to all of them. And we are doing all of this through the measures we are taking, the steps we are taking through the digital economy. For we are certainly not restricted or limited by geographic boundaries. This is why our Work Online Dominica pilot program was tremendously successful. We had about 144 applications. There were 88 interviews, and 60 people were selected to commence the program, of which 55 graduated successfully. And these 55 successful graduates are placed in multinational companies all over the world. And I'm talking about Straight Teeth Invisible, based in the US and the UK, TLC Solutions in Canada, Living Well Culture, Nelson Internet Marketing in the USA, CSI Claim in the USA, Learn Formula in Canada, Arsenal Advisors, Massachusetts, USA, Checkway with clients in the USA, Quartz Event, SASS Marketing Agency in Canada, Inside Our Tours, New York, among many others. And these people, these participants, have broad-based backgrounds, and they have been performing in many categories, many areas, many sectors and positions as managers, virtual assistants, graphic designers, ebook writers, customer service representatives, call testers, IT project specialists, content proofreaders and editors, beauty content writers, online researchers, among many others. Just last night, I was actually engaging with a Dominican based in Atlanta, I believe. And we were looking at opportunities for providing jobs to Dominicans in the areas of accounting and finance. And this presents tremendous opportunities, so we're excited about that also. So we are doing our part as a government. We have made the over $75 million investment in the transformation of the digital economy. We have started creating the environment that enables investment in the digital economy. We have been providing the platforms to host the digital economy and the various accompanying services. We will invest in you, in the youth, in the skills, and the various means to facilitate technology adoption. We have been working closely with our various partners, our various development partners, particularly UNDP and Israel. Together, we have been making tremendous strides to motivate people, to leverage resources and various opportunities, to find networks and linkages, all in an effort to realize the success and reward along our journey towards digital transformation. So this is merely the second phase, the next cohort of Work Online Dominica opportunities. Based on the success, we'll launch many more of such events. I have already heard people asking why have we limited the age range for participation, and this is certainly something that we're looking at. So future opportunities will provide that avenue for people beyond age 40, 50, and so on to participate in future Work Online Dominica opportunities. And you've heard it in the testimonial this morning. Obviously, age should not be a deterrent to these opportunities, because digital transformation is for all of us here in Dominica, for the mothers, married people, teachers, nurses, whoever it may be. For me, after hearing this deep, insightful testimonial, I'm considering my position as minister, and I'm thinking I should take one spot as a participant in the second cohort, and I can work at my own comfort and my own discretion as I please. So look out for me. So with us starting with the youth, this is merely a promise that we as a government made to the youth, that we will be starting with them. And as you know, this is a government, this is a party that sticks to its word, stands by its word, because our word is our bond. So we're starting with the youth, but we'll be progressing and advancing to different areas and sectors of society, different demographics. I wish to encourage all the successful applicants to take this opportunity and opportunities very seriously. This journey is very dynamic, so we have to be prepared to move. Let us not waste another day with the hope that time will spare us. Let us imagine success and coalesce it into that reality that hard work entails. Let us convert prospects into productivity and lessons into livelihoods as we herald to the world that we are in the race for digital transformation, that we are in fact positioned to work for these multinational corporations here in Dominica, like the Honorable Minister said, in the comfort of our homes, probably in pajamas. So I wish to thank the various partners, development partners that is, particularly Israel, UNDP, Dominica State College, to the hardworking team at Public Works and the digital economy, particularly the Permanent Secretary, Coordinator Tong, everyone at ICT, and our Project Implementation Unit. Thank you very much for your hard work and your steadfast support. Thank you to all of the organizers of Work Online Dominica, to the facilitators, my good friends, Dr. Marie Pascal and Clem Afane. Thank you to them also. Thank you to all of the participants, featured speakers, beautiful, deep, enlightening testimonial by Mrs. Rowe. Thank you very much to all the invited guests for coming, to the media, listeners, and viewership all over. Thank you to prospective participants. Thank you to my cabinet and parliamentary colleagues for your tremendous support. And to the Honorable Prime Minister, who is certainly here with us in spirit. It is through his vision and his innovation that we have a new ministry in the name of digital economy. So thank you, Honorable Prime Minister. May God continue to bless Dominica, to bless our people, to bless our government as we journey for sustainable development with the acceptance that digital transformation is at the new frontier. Thank you very much, everybody.
Mr. Minister, at this point, we just have the founder to see the applications. We understand that. Persons can go online and listen. They can also, some persons can also sign up to be there in person. However, it's going to be limited. Also on June the 10th, we're also having our Digital Transformation Roadshow, and we're starting off in the beautiful community of Portsmouth. All persons in that area are invited. We should be there from 10 or 11 o'clock until 7 o'clock at night, where we'll be providing much information. We'll have companies who are in tune with the whole digital transformation will be part of there for the entire day. So schools are going to be invited. So again, thank you very much for being here this morning, and we wish you a wonderful day and have a great restful weekend. Thank you.